Everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about the impact of ICT on society. Now, ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. Now, ICT has been on for several decades in our society, and it has affected various sectors of society. I'll talk about different sectors and then I'll talk about the impact. Now, ICT has affected our education because now, as a vision of mine, I want to see students like you go to school and come home and then be able to learn through their phones, through their cell phones, through their computers, just like your phones. Now, what I'm offering a service to my community by making videos, educational videos like this, and that is my application of ICT. So ICT is used in computers for e-learning and educating people. ICT can also be applied by teachers for research. Just like when teachers in university want to research, and even students they want to research, they can make use of ICT by making inquiries and by getting information from the internet. Then school administration can also use ICT to organize data. For example, my sister one day 2 days ago, she came back home with her, she's a teacher, so she came back home with some database of her school, and our school stores the database of their students in a computer. So they form a database of all their students' information, and that's an example of how school administration can apply ICT for their the schools processes. Then outside education, we also have the industry. Computers are applied in the industry for various ways. Computers are applied in automation. For example, we have robotics, where we have all these robots, and they are used for automating processes that are supposed to be performed by humans. So all those processes are dangerous, that are threatening, and they are repetitive tasks. So you often have computers doing them in the industry. They also have the commerce. Computers have revolutionized commerce. For example, we know of Jumia, right? In Jumia, it's like a delivery service. So you make use of your computer, your cell phone, to order for service, and they deliver it to you in your phone after making your payment. So and so on and so forth. Those are just ways, and there are countless ways computers and ICT has affected our society. Now, ICT is like an application of computers, and it's like the information and communication industry, which works with the aid of technology. And this technology consists of computers, electronics, and so on and so forth. Now let's talk about the impacts of ICT. ICT has both good and bad impacts. One impact is that it's brought about faster communication speed. For example, I can just pick up my cell phone and call my dad, and my dad will pick the call in less than seconds. So that is an impact of ICT, faster communication speed. Then we have the lower communication cost. So an impact of ICT is that instead of traveling all the way to another country to see my friend, I can just sit down at my home, and then I can make a video call and see him live and direct. So I don't need to spend so much transport. In fact, I wouldn't. Now next, we have a reliable mode of communication. So it's reliable because I could have gone there and traveling all the way and meeting and getting to know that the person you went to meet is not available. So that is very disappointing. But in ICT, you can be able to organize yourself at the time you want to communicate, and then communicate live and direct over the network. Then we also have the effective sharing of information. ICT helps you to share information effectively, because now if I want to share something to people now, I want to teach people now, and I can sit down at the comfort of my home, and now I can teach as many people as I want to teach. So I don't need to go to schools, I don't need to go anywhere, and you yourself, you don't need to go anywhere. You can receive information from YouTube, from Google, and so on and so forth. So it is so effective. Next, we have paperless environment. Yes, for example, I've been reading of PDFs at home. I read PDFs of books because I'm a student. I'm also a student. I passed through secondary school years ago. So, and when I'm performing my learning process, I don't need to buy books. I just download them, the PDFs, and read them live and direct. That's the effect of ICT. Then we also have the borderless communication. Now this my teaching, if I were teaching on in real life, like face to face, I would only be able to teach to people in my community. But now I can teach anybody, not only Nigeria here, but even in Africa and all over the world. Anybody can watch me if you want to watch me. So, and that is an effect of ICT. It's just so overwhelming and wonderful. Now we also have the social problems. Social problems of ICT is that it causes many social problems and cybercrime and all the rest. So these are just the effects, the positive and negative effects. And lastly, ICT can be a source of health problems, such as when you make use of ICT of computers so much, and then you have backaches and so on and so forth. But as a comment, I have to say that the advantages of ICT by far outweigh and outnumber the disadvantages.